Hello fabulous friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bang Bang Von Loola. I'm a burlesque dancer, producer, and a beauty enthusiast. Now it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube. I've just been honestly not feeling my mojo. I haven't been able to barely do anything that I enjoy, and I'm going to contribute that to just some stress at the end of the year and the beginning of the year, but I'm going to do some makeup therapy and just try some new products and let you know what I think and just kind of get into the fun side of things and concentrate on stuff that brings me joy, and one of those things is makeup. The product I want to focus my review on today is the e.l.f. CC Cream that just came out, I want to say a few weeks ago, and I did a color match according to their website generator. I did it compared to my favorite drugstore foundation at the moment, which is the Milani Conceal and Perfect in the shade 02 Natural. So according to their website, these should be at least pretty close, and I'm hoping so because this is like a perfect match. And I'm really excited for the skincare properties in this guy. I'm just very, very excited. I love skincare. Even though I'm looking a little blotchy, it's because I've been kind of doing some intense chemical exfoliation. So this should hopefully help soothe those little blotchy spots and even out my skin tone. Okay, so I'm gonna just clip my hair back, and I don't think I'm gonna prime my skin just because I want to feel what it feels like directly on my skin and how it kind of reacts to my skin. So we're gonna go just on top of my everyday skincare routine, and it has a little pump, which I love, but then a squeezy tube. So I'm assuming I'm going to be able to use all this product in one way or another, which is a good thing. So let's go ahead and squirt some of this on the back of my hand. That's one pump. That's a nicely amount for one pump. So it feels pretty thick, but not too thick, and I think the color will be good. We'll see. Let's just go ahead and smooth this on with my finger, and then I'm going to blend it out with a damp beauty sponge. First impressions of the color match, it's not bad. I think it's maybe slightly light for my skin tone, but compared to my neck and my décolletage, it doesn't look terribly different. And it's not a full coverage in this first layer, so my natural skin still shines through, which brings more of a neutral color to the CC cream, so I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest and see how it looks. So that one pump pretty much did here and down, which is not bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend that section out and then move up to my forehead. Blended out looks pretty good. I'm not angry at the finish or at the color match. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some to my forehead and then see about concealing on top of it. Maybe add a couple extra layers of the CC cream on areas where I just have a little bit more discoloration and all that jazz. I really like how it looks on my forehead, which sounds bizarre. Well, I'm suffering some of those mid-30s fine lines and wrinkles starting up here, and it kind of really blurred those out because I noticed in some of my other foundations that it brings some attention to those areas if I don't prime first. But this e.l.f. CC cream is pretty dope. It looks like, I don't know, it just looks better. It looks more smooth, it is a good color, and it blended really well. So far, super digging it. I'm gonna add some more to this area and my nose and maybe a little bit on my chin and see how it layers up. So here is after one layer plus an extra layer on my problem areas of the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I think I forgot to mention at the beginning of my video that this is a part of the Camo line, and my favorite thing, and a lot of people who love makeup love these, is the e.l.f. Camo Concealers, and I have one in the 16-hour finish and the hydrating finish. So I'm excited to layer these on top of this guy because I assume the formulas should work well together. And then I'm going to add a little tiny bit of powder only to the areas that tend to crease up. And we're going to see how the CC cream works with my preferred powder and how it wears through the day. If you've been watching my most recent videos, you know that I really love to mix these two concealers together just to get the perfect color. It has the perfect consistency and finish for me because the e.l.f. 16-hour on its own is a little too dry and this one's a little too moisturizing, but together, baby, they're perfect. I just love it. And if I'm a little bit more tan or just need a little bit more brightness, I can use more of this or more of this, and you know, you get it. I love customizing. It's one of my favorite things. So now the concealer is done. It looks really good. They worked well together as products, the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream and the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating and 16-hour Wear Concealer, and I think they're obviously made to work together, so that's cool. I'm now gonna go ahead and set underneath my eyes with my new favorite powder, which is the No. 7 Lift and Luminate Triple Action Translucent Powder. It's a mouthful. This is the medium shade, and I also have a shade lighter, but I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate on this because I still see, especially in the monitor, that I am looking a little more pale than I think I should. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I definitely see a little difference here. Maybe it's my new lighting. I have new lighting, by the way. Took me a while to figure it out, which might have been one of the reasons there hasn't been a video in a while, but I'm pleased. Let's see how it turns out. Fuck yeah, new lighting. But anyway, I'm going to just put a little bit of this under my eyes and my other areas that I tend to see foundation break up on me, and then I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I'm pleased to say it looks like my favorite powder and this concealer and CC cream concoction are working well together, which is super important to me because I'm obsessed with the powder that I'm using right now. I'll probably do a whole video on it, but also I kind of really want all of my products to work well together. I don't have like a billion different concealers and foundations. I have a few different options, but I don't have like a ton. So when I buy a product, I want it to work well with the things I already love, and so far, so good. So now I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera and check back in and see how it all worked together. And I'm excited to see how it performs. I think it's a little bit light, as I said, but with bronzer, it'll probably fix that right away. And it looks good. My skin looks pretty. As I said, my forehead looks fucking banging, so that's a plus. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the rest of my makeup on and I'll check back in. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup, and I did end up adding a bit more powder in some areas because I'm using a powder contour, and it worked well. It didn't catch too much because sometimes with more moisturizing face products, if you don't powder them down and then you try to contour, put blush on, they get patchy and weird looking, but that didn't really happen, which I'm pleased about. I can see when I get up close that in the areas where I didn't powder, it is more dewy. I wouldn't say oily, but it's clearly not as powdered down as the rest of my face. But I think it's okay. I'm actually gonna try setting my face with spray to see how it all kind of melts together, which I really, really like. And I just kind of want to even out the texture of my skin with that CC cream. So let's see how that goes. Well, that feels a lot better, and it does look a bit more even, a lot more dewiness overall. So I think I'm gonna just let this hang out, do some stuff around the house, maybe run an errand or two, and check back in at least 4 or so hours and see how it wore throughout the day. Alright, so it's been about 4 hours since I put on this Camo CC Cream from e.l.f. I did some cleaning, laundry, trained my dog, ate some pho, which is why my lipstick is totally fucked up. Absolutely worth it though, because pho is life. Because it has skincare products in it like niacinamide and vegan collagen and hyaluronic acid and also an SPF of 30, I feel like it doesn't sit on the skin quite like a regular foundation does, and this is a skin perfecting cream. That's kind of the big difference between a BB and CC cream and your everyday foundation, is that it has skincare products and it doesn't claim to be full coverage foundation. It's a color correcting, skin perfecting cream. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is all of those things. I love how my skin feels, I love how it looks. There were some general areas of my face that kind of break down after wear, which is a little bit around my nose and under my eyes, but that's more of a concealer issue, honestly. And my forehead still looks fucking good. I'm still so shook about the difference of my forehead compared to other things that I've worn foundation-wise. I do think it has something to do with the skincare products in it. Hyaluronic acid is one of my favorite things. It's very plumping, it's very moisturizing, and I think that it's been working to keep this area nice and smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a huge thumbs up. I love it because I love skincare, I like the coverage, I like that I can use it with my regular other makeup like my powders, and the light 210N, which is the color that I was matched with through their thing on their site, is a pretty good match. I might get a darker color for the summertime, but using my bronzer and stuff to kind of even out my shadows and shit like that, I don't feel like it looks too terribly light for the rest of my skin. And because it's e.l.f., it's extremely affordable and cruelty-free. The collagen that they have in here is 100% vegan, and I just love e.l.f. as a brand overall. Like, compared to high-end and drugstore, I think they're one of the best brands out there. I'm definitely going to repurchase this. It's especially great for those days where I want to look put together and healthy skinned and all of that without having to put on a whole foundation routine. With just a little bit of powder and stuff, this is an amazing thing and can be built up to be more of that full glam look. I want to thank you all so much for tuning back into my channel after my long break that I took. I just needed to regather my thoughts and find my inspiration again. And playing with new products and just trying new techniques and new makeup looks is inspiring to me. I just needed a break to kind of reappreciate everything. So I'm hoping that I can bring you some fun and interesting new videos coming up here soon. And if you liked this particular video, please do give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Every subscription gets me closer to my goal. Also, every time I see a new subscriber pop up, I'm even more amped to create content, so keep those subbies coming. Very, very exciting. Literally every single one I appreciate, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Until next time, my beautiful friends, remember that the future is bright, and I will see you in my next video.